there is a weapon of mass destruction given to the saints, wherewith we can paralyze the systems of darkness and possess what our possession is. The name of that weapon is productivity. Say productivity. Please write this down. There is a difference between value and productivity. There is a very huge difference between being valuable or value and productivity. Value talks of your inherent abilities. Value talks of your potentials. Value talks of your transactable skills. That means that everything you piece together that can become an advantage in your life is called value. But productivity is more than value. Are we together now? Just because you are valuable does not guarantee that you will be rewarded. The world is full of many valuable people, but in the face of economic hardship, even their value is not able to deliver to them the kind and the extent of supplies that they need. Are we together now? It is important to be aware of value, but just camping at that realm of value is not enough to empower the saints. Please write this down. Productivity is the quality or the ability to create, make, or enhance products and services that are needed and useful. I'll take it again. Productivity is the quality or ability to create, make, or enhance products and services that are needed and useful. Never forget this definition. That productivity is the quality to be able to create and make products and services that are needed and useful. Look up, please, everyone. While value talks of your inherent abilities, productivity refers to a system where you turn those abilities into products and services that are needed and useful. It is not valuable people who are rewarded. It is productive people. Are we together? Please, you may write this down. Financial resources will always follow productivity, not necessarily value. Financial resources will always move the direction of productivity. Productivity also refers to the ability to make anything in abundance. The ability to provide the abundant supply of anything is productivity. So God has a system for our prosperity. He's a God of increase. In spite of the fact that there are giants on these mountains, Satan himself sitting at the helm of the economic affairs to manipulate the saints into lack, into poverty, and by so doing distract them so that they do not have the time to prosper and serve the purposes of the kingdom. And I'm teaching you that one of the weapons to bring victory, economic victory, is productivity. Any man, any woman, any church, any organization that is not productive will be poor. It's a law. Please listen carefully. Any man, any woman, any church, any business, any organization that fails to be productive, there is no system to authorize reward for a non-productive personality. Before I discuss a few things and a few ways that God can help us to be productive, let me destroy what I call the consumer mentality. Please listen to me, Africa. One of the greatest unbecoming of this continent is what we call a consumer mentality. Say consumer mentality. It is sin for God to give you a thing and then it shrinks and dies, and you cannot transfer the abundance of that to a generation. It is sin. Everything God gives men, he expects that they increase. In the parable of the talent, Matthew chapter 25, the Bible talks about 3 men who were given talents. One 5 talents, listen carefully. The other 2 talents, and then the last a talent. And the Bible says the one with the 5 went and made 5 more, increased. The other one with 2 went and made 2 more. But the one with 1 talent returned back and said, you are a hard man. You reap where you didn't sow. And Jesus called him a name. He didn't call him lazy man. He said, you are a wicked and unprofitable. That's the word, unprofitable. There is no gain trusting you. Wicked and unprofitable servant. Africa has been plagued, and sadly, respectfully so, but sadly, our educational system has also contributed in building the consumer mentality. Are we together now? So the whole idea of productivity is foreign to an average African, and worst of it all, to an average believer. The subject of productivity is not taught believers. We have been trained to ignore productivity. Let me tell you, I think the worst scam is to expect life to give to you something. The Bible says give and it will be given to you. That's the law. It didn't say what you give is what must be given. But until you give, nothing should be given back to you. So if you do not give and you expect that something should be given back to you, it's amazing, my brothers and my sisters, how many of us even seated here, just believe that life will have a way and find a way of coming to bring resources to you to meet your needs. Just because God is alive does not mean your needs are met guaranteed. Are you getting what I'm saying now? Productivity. So the average person thinks consumption. Give me, let me eat, it has finished. Give me another one, let me eat, it has finished. Daddy, give me this, it has finished. Productivity. We lack this grossly in Africa. Are we together now? Yeah. So people collect their salaries. And when they collect their salaries, the moment there is a short supply of that salary for 2 or 3 months, they are back. Because there was no productivity. There was money, but no productivity. Are we together now? Yes. Productivity is a system of increase. In mathematics, we have addition, we have subtraction, we have multiplication. And another name for multiplication, they say find the product of this. And you know that they are talking about multiplication. It's a system of increase. Woe betides any soul that does not understand the law of productivity. The days that are here now, not the days that are coming, will create a level of frustration upon that individual and all connected to that individual. We must understand productivity. God wanted the entire globe saved, and he used one son. Productivity. Now he has gotten many sons in glory. The consumer mentality is the mentality that always believes in finishing what you have. Always believes in finishing what you have. It doesn't have to be finance, anything at all. The consumer mentality is the mentality that will always run dry. Always run dry. A mentality that never thinks increase, never thinks addition, never thinks multiplication. When you have a consumer mentality, when you come into the life of a man, you run that man dry. I don't mean a male figure, anybody at all. Are we together now? There are members with consumer mentality. They come to church and run the church dry. It doesn't have to be financially. Anything that comes from your life that does not add or increase is a consumer mentality. Great people are concerned with addition, that because of your presence, you become a multiplier factor. Are we together? So your whole family is going down, and here you show up, and because of you, something happens in that family and begins to multiply.
Please follow, like, and share.